This create command is used to create a new table or a view of a table or objects in a table. So database object, a table is one of the database objects. Data types in other languages like C and C++. Here also we do have different data types of SQL. So here we are going to check for a one particular value with other set of all the values in that particular set. So this is all operators. Dear students, welcome to computer science classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in computer science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Students, let us start our discussion with respect to database management system, and in this session we are going to talk about introduction to SQL, SQL commands, operators, constraints, keys and built-in functions. Let us start with introduction to SQL. So what is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and it is a language of database. It includes database creation, deletion, fetching the dates and modifying the data or rows. So you know what is a computer language? So SQL is one of the computer language, and it is a language of database. And with respect to database, we are using SQL language to create a database, deletion, fetching of rows, fetching in the sense to retrieve the data from the database or from a table. And in other words, we can say that it's a language for database storing, manipulation, retrieving a data in a table or in a database. This is why we are using for SQL language in database. So it is a standard language for relational database system, or what we say RDBMS, relational database management system. We are using SQL, or it is a standard language for RDBMS. And we have different versions of SQL, MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, or different database software. Now let us move on to next slide, and here let us see what are SQL commands or SQL queries. So here SQL commands are classified into these four types of categories, or four types of SQL commands. They are: one is DDL, data definition language, data manipulation language, and DCL, data control language, and DQL, data query language. These are the four category of SQL commands. Now first one is, we'll start with DDL command, data definition language. And what is a DDL command? So it defines the conceptual schema, providing a link between the logical and physical structure of the database. And here the physical structure is in the sense the original database where we are storing the data or database created. That's the physical appearance of data, along with the logical connectivity. Or logical, it is going to connect the logical layer or logical commands with the physical database. And it defines the physical characteristics of each record. And if I say each record, so through record we are going to store the information in a table or in a database. So with respect to record, it defines the data type of particular field in a column, nothing but a column, and what is the length of the field, and also the logical name or heading of the particular column. So this is DDL command, and these are the three DDL commands. They are create, alter and drop. So what is create command? This create command is used to create a new table or a view of a table or objects in a table. So database object, a table is one of the database object. Next, alter command. So it modifies an existing database object such as table. So alter command is used to modify the structure of the table. For example, if you would like to add one more new column into the table, then we can make use of alter command. Next one is drop command. So it is used to delete an entire table or an object of a table. So drop command is used to delete entire table from the database. These are all DDL commands. Now next one is DML, data manipulation command. So what is the meaning of manipulation? So data manipulation techniques means with the help of DML command, we can select the records, insertion, deletion, update and modification can be done with the help of DML commands. So here these are the three DML commands. They are insert, update and delete. So what is insert? Insert command is used to create a new record. So here once a table has been created, so we have to add records into it, or we have to add data in the form of records into a table. So that can be done with the help of insert command. It is used to create a record, and this is update command is going to modify the record. So here we would like to modify the value of any attribute or any column in a table. That can be done with the help of update command. Next one is delete command. It used to delete records. So in the previous slide we have seen drop command that is used to delete entire table, but here delete command is used to delete an entire record from the table. So these are all DML commands. Next one is DCL commands. So DCL stands for data control language. So here grant and revoke, these two are data control languages. So what is grant command? So it gives privileges to the user. So privileges in the sense is giving permission to the database, so permission to the user for a particular database. So with respect to access, with respect to read and other different permissions to the database at different level. That is grant. Next one is revoke command. So revoke command is it takes back privileges given to the user. So it takes back the privileges given to the user with respect to particular database. It will be rolled back or taken back. That is the meaning of revoke command, or that is a function of revoke command. Next one is DQL language or DQL command, that is data query language. So here we have only select command. So what is the use of select command? It is going to retrieve the records or record from one or more table. So any data it has to be retrieved from the table or from the database. We are using select command, and it is used to retrieve certain records within one table or with more than one table. So these are all DCL commands. Now in the next slide, we talk about data types. As we have seen, data types in other languages like C and C++. Here also we do have different data types of SQL. They are, first one is int is a data type, and numeric. These store the data type to store whole numbers, either negative as well as positive number. This is the range of int data type. And similarly numeric, or we say number, we are using number or numeric to store whole numbers, either negative or positive number. This is a data type int and numeric. And float, real, and these show the data type to store floating point constants, or we say real numbers or decimal numbers. So this is a range of these two data type, float and real. It is used to store the values, decimal values or fractional numbers. Next one is date and time. See, we have three different data types. One is date time. It gives the in this format. It gives, it is used to store the data date in this format. Date, it stores the data, and also time, it shows the date time. So these are the date and time data type. Next one is character. So character or and strings. So you know what is a character? It is a single character or a group of characters or nothing but strings. So here we are using character. It is used to store a single character or more than one character. Similarly, where char is another data type to store group of characters or with respect to strings. These are all different data types of SQL. In the next slide, we see operators in SQL. So what are operators? In general, operators are a characters, or here it is a reserved word, and it represents a type of action or operation. And these operators we are using with where class in SQL. And we have different types of operators. They are arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and operators used to negate conditions. These are different types of operators of SQL. Now in the next slide, let us see what are all arithmetic operators. And these operators are almost equal or equivalent to or similar to the operators which we are using in some other languages like C or C++. But in addition to that, we have another few operators in SQL. So here arithmetic operators, and this is arithmetic operators for arithmetic calculations. One is plus, this is addition operator. It's going to add the values of two variables, or we say two operands. So here in this example, a plus b plus a is an operator, and a and b are called operands. So plus operator, it is going to add the value of two operands and gives us the result. So assume that value of a is 10 and b equals 20. This would be the result of this arithmetic operation. And here minus, it is subtraction. So it is going to subtract one operand from the another. And multiplication is going to multiply the values of the two operands on either side of operator. Next one is division, and here there are two symbols for division, and here this is forward slash. This is used to store the quotient of any division, and this percentage, or we say modulus operator, it used to store the remainder of any division. So these are all different arithmetic operators of SQL. Now in the next slide, say comparison operators. So what are comparison operators? And here assume that these are the values of two variables or two operands with the operator. So one is equals. So this equal operator is going to check for the equality of the two operands on either side of the operator. So one thing you have to notice here is that any comparison operator results in either true or false. If it is, if the condition is true, it results in true, and if the condition is false, it results in false. So accordingly, in this example, this is equal operator. It check for the equality of the two operator. In this example, a equal to b, a is 10, b is 20. These two are not equal. It results into false or not true. Similarly, this is not equals, and this is again this another operator we are using for not equals, and it is greater than operator. So this greater than, it's going to check whether the right operand is greater than left side operand. So that is how this is going to work. And these are the few different logical operators of SQL. So here first one is all, and, any, between, exists. See, normally if you compare this with C or C++, in C or C++ we have and, or, and not are the three logical operators. But here, in addition to that, we have few more logical operators. And first one is all operators. See, what is all operators? And the all operand is used to compare a value to all the values in another value set. So here we are going to check for a one particular value with other set of all the values in that particular set. So this is all operators. The next one is AND operator, and is going to operand allows the existence of multiple conditions in the best statements with a where class. So this is AND logical operator. Any. So this is any operand is used to compare a value, any applicable value in a list according to the condition. So this is any logical operator is going to compare one value with any value in a particular group or a particular set, and this all operator is again is going to compare the one value with all the values in particular column or the in a particular set. And next one is between operator, and the between operand is used to search for values that are within a set of values. So here with the minimum value and the maximum value. So in between, this is we are using this to look for a value between a range of values from starting value to the end value in a particular set. Next one is exist. So the exist operand is used to search for the presence of a number in a specified table that meets certain criteria. We are looking for a particular record in particular table. So these are all different logical operators. Now in the next session, we are going to talk about SQL expressions and SQL constraints. Thank you very much.